Dyno Nobel is a global leader in the commercial explosives industry. Back in 2017, the company became the first non-mining principal organization to receive CORESafety certification. Since then, Dyno Nobel has continued to practice the tenets found in CORESafety's 20 modules. In early 2020, the company started the recertification process, but had to delay because of the pandemic. Later, they picked it up again, and in April 2022, they reached that recertification milestone. Here's a quick overview of the company. Dyno Nobel has more than 4,000 employees. They manufacture over 54 million pounds of packaged explosive, and they have more than 1.2 million tons of ammonium nitrate capacity. Dyno Nobel operates almost all over the world, including North America, South America, Asia, Europe, and Australia. As far as mining, they are a supplier contractor that provides a full range of explosives, products, and services. They help mining companies of all sizes at both surface and underground mines. Benjamin Houde is Vice President of Health and Safety at Dyno Nobel Americas, based in Salt Lake City, Utah. He's going to tell us all about how they use CORESafety right now.
And I remember having a discussion with one of our major customers about CORESafety, and they were mentioning how great it was, like they liked the framework, the 20 elements, and we're listening to this, and we have actually a health and safety environment and community management system already in place. Instead of calling them elements, we call them standards. It was a really good opportunity for us actually to benchmark our own management system with another type of system, in this case, CORESafety System. When we heard about that framework, started to read about it, and actually asking more questions to our partners, our customers. This is where I was like, you know what? Most of those 20 elements are actually part of our management system already. And in part of our continuous improvement program, that I think this type of system, actually that's what it is, right? It pushes you to continuously improve. I was like, you know what? We should actually benchmark ourselves towards this one and go through the process and validate how good we are or how bad we are. And we found we found several places where we had to improve. So that's mainly the story behind how we actually decided to go ahead and get involved with CORESafety. And I'll be honest, we just recertified, so we really believe in it. We keep actually challenging ourselves towards the 20 elements of CORESafety, challenging our own management system. So no, it's been a great journey so far, that's for sure. We had one of the creator of the CORESafety system that actually wasn't working with the NMA at that time, but was referred as an assessor, someone that could come and help to actually put in place those 20 elements. We did a gap analysis, and we had an action plan in place to actually comply with all those elements, but we had a lot of it already in place. So for us, it wasn't a big deal to try to comply with all of the 20 elements at once, and having this assessor actually helped us tremendously to push us actually putting actions in place, completing them, and ensuring that we're actually compliant with the CORESafety system. And the first time we certified, we had all the 20 elements being completed. This being said, was there still improvements from there? For sure. I mean, we kept improving. And this new recertification, actually, there was also new elements that's been added on top of the 20. For instance, PSM was an aspect that we didn't look at in the first time we looked at those 20. And this time we integrated that portion in it. And there was a little bit more focus on the environmental aspect as well. So we kind of push ourselves to get to be better in these aspects, especially with PSM, where regulation is there and we know we have to comply, but just complying with what regulators push to us as a company. Anyway, I always found that it's not enough. We always have to do a little bit more. And with this newer certification, we kind of pushed ourselves to be better.
I asked Benjamin if CORESafety added a lot of additional work for Dyno Nobel leaders when it was first implemented back in 2017, or were they already on the right track in terms of safety?
I think it's a bit of both, I would say. I wanted to confirm first, I think as an organization, we wanted to confirm that our management system was efficient, and like I said earlier, we wanted to benchmark it. But did it actually help us improve? Yes, for sure. I'll give you some examples. Like the first module that is leadership development. And in our actually management system, we have the same exact, our number one is the same, is leadership. That's, I think, the most important one. And the reason why is, when you know that 70% of the influence that an employee will have during his or her career, or even like during the day that the employee will work, 70% of the influence comes from their leader. So when you understand that, you know that if you actually put a lot of emphasis on your leaders, you'll automatically gain a lot, and the outcome of their day, of the employee's day, will be awesome, because you're going to gain more engagement. You're going to gain, your employees if they're more engaged, automatically they're going to be happy to be there and do a good job, and they will want to do a good job, a safer job. So anyway, all of this to say that when we started with CORESafety, when we kind of did the gap analysis, we understood that maybe there's a little bit more to do in the leadership side of it. If you want to be the best in your industry, you always want to. So to me, your question is good, because when you're asking, some companies, they say, it's going to be more work. And personally, there's going to be always work, right? And if there's more, let's bring more. If it gets us better, I want to be better. I want this company to be the best in our industry. So I want leaders that have positive influence on others. I want leaders that are proactive, that take action to avoid injuries. I want leaders that want to be involved, but also involve the workforce in safety initiatives and communities. I want them to maintain strong communication with the co-workers. I want them to create a psychological safety environment for their employees to call out on incidents and any issues that they have during their day of work. I want them to report them. But all of this happened just with your leaders. And the most important to me is I want to have leaders that are passionate and visible about safety and actively care about people. It's all about your people. It's all about your employees' health and safety. So with CORESafety, reading the criteria of what we had to meet to get that module completed, we decided to create that safety leadership program. We hired a third party. And what I'm going to tell you, it's mainly what the module tell you to do mainly. We found a gap in our leadership. Some regions we had good leaders, some regions it was so-so, some regions it was not good. So we needed to do something to actually bring them to that next level that I just described. So we identified the desired leadership competencies specific to our company. And we determined the level of management that would undergo leadership development. We did a pilot actually in one of our regions, and it's been successful. Tremendous feedback that came out of it. So we've done 360 feedback to determine how our leaders were comparing with the defined leadership competencies that we actually identified. And for each leader, we had a personal development plan to actually get to the level of leadership competencies that we defined. So there's going to be a new program that will come out, a leadership development program, safety leadership program phase 2 for all of our leaders. So again, it's a process, not a one-off event. It's CORESafety that triggered all of this. And I'm telling you, today, we have better leaders in our company. We have better results. And I'm not saying that it's just because of that program, but for sure it had a big part of it. That's for sure.
To learn more, I encourage you to visit our respective websites at CORESafety.org and at DynoNobel.com. Also, if you have any questions about Dyno Nobel's recent CORESafety certification process, you're welcome to reach out to Benjamin at this email address, benjamin.houde@am.dynonobel.com. For now, that's all for this episode of CORESafety TV. Coming up next month, we'll take a look at module number 11, Change Management. In the meantime, please be sure to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter for more mine safety information. All right, that's it for now. I'll see you here again next month. On behalf of CORESafety and the National Mining Association, I'm Nelson Duffel. Please be safe out there, and thanks for watching. Special thanks to Dyno Nobel and Benjamin Houde for this month's interview. By the way, we'll be visiting Dyno Nobel again in a few months. Benjamin will be sharing some safety-specific stories with us that I'm sure you'll find very useful, so be sure to watch for that.
To share one of your safety stories, videos, or photos, email us at info@CORESafetyTV.org.